for a second. I know you're wondering, why are you putting up X-Men and watching them all crumble? Obviously, this box isn't gonna work. All right, so chucking them to the side. You guys remember these guys, right? I know y'all remember her, Jubilee. Okay, so I did an unboxing on TikTok, but Mutants, X-Men. All right, I know what you're thinking. What the hell's going on here, Echo? Okay, I'm gonna explain to you what the hell's going on. So if you're not at the speed, you will be. They dropped the trailer for X-Men 97. So if you have Disney Plus, next month, I don't know what day, but next month in March, the X-Men show is coming back. But I was having some conflict of interest because I seen the trailer. And if you haven't seen the trailer, I'm not going to spoil anything for you. But if you have seen the trailer, go watch the trailer before you watch this video. Please go watch the trailer before you watch the video. I'm going to try my best not to spoil it for you. But the trailer is confusing as fuck. Now, I say that because I am having an issue remembering if what I am remembering is correct or is it the Mandela effect. I watched almost every episode of X-Men. Alright? Every episode. I have every comic book from Fox's X-Men, as well as X-Men and Uncanny X-Men, Classic X-Men, New Mutants, X-Force, X-Factor, Excalibur, X-Terminators. Alright? I have a couple of Exiles, but I don't remember how many I have. I do plan on going back and collecting them unless Marvel does me a solid and make a trade so that I can have all the Exiles, especially the ones with Miguel O'Hara. And anyway, moving on. And I have a couple of X-Men 2099. Alright. When I was growing, well, I was already a grown-ass man. X-Men came out when I was out of high school. I had to work a couple of Saturdays, so I missed a couple of episodes. But I know I saw the last episode. And in the last episode of that X-Men series, I may be wrong. Maybe I'm remembering it wrong. And I just read something to confirm that I might not be remembering it wrong. But I swear that Lilandra took Charles Xavier into outer space. So if you're watching this video and you've seen the trailer for X-Men 97, because that's what they're calling it, to me, my X-Men, you will only get that from me, and that is not from Xavier. It is from Cyclops. So if you see the trailer and you come back and watch this, please put in the comments, did you remember Lilandra taking Professor Xavier into outer space to save his life? Now, in the comic books, I'm going to give you this. I can spoil it in the comic books, because in the comic books, this is exactly what happened. In the comic books, Xavier was in really bad shape. Lilandra and them had the technology, and Xavier was out of the comics from, like, I want to say 79, 80, somewhere in there. He's been out of the comics from, we're gonna rough guesstimate, because he damn sure wasn't on Earth during Death in Dallas, Fall of the Mutants, and what the hell was the other one? Inferno. He wasn't on Earth then. He came back to Earth because Legion tried to kill him in Executioner Song. I don't know if he was here for Extinction Agenda, but Extinction Agenda came after Inferno, so he might not have been. No, I don't think he was here, because somehow or another, either Deathbird or Gladiator, somebody came back after Extinction Agenda when the X-Men got their powers and shit back and left Genosha, except for Havoc, because Havoc wanted to make up for all the sins that he'd done to other mutants under the command of Commander Hodge. Those X-Men that I just showed, they all went into outer space. Alright? They went into outer space, and they had to fight the Super Skrull. Minus Wolverine, because I don't have Wolverine. But they had to fight the Super Skrull and get Professor Xavier back. Alright? Now, up until then, he hadn't been back on Earth. Now, I might be a little wrong, I might have missed something because I think he might have actually came back instead of everyone else. Or Lilandra came back and stole the Blackbird, which made the X-Men follow her or him to the ship. And then they went in the ship and got on and went into space. I'm not sure if it was Lilandra, if it was Darkbird, Deathbird, whatever the fuck her name is, her twin sister. But somebody came back, stole the Nightwing, the X-Wing, whatever the fuck you want to call it, and they went with that person into space. I could be remembering it wrong, but this is the comic, not the cartoon. And so in the comic, Jubilee was the first one to discover that Xavier wasn't Xavier and that it was a fucking super scroll because Xavier was tied up in some web shit. Alright? Which is why they were all wearing those uniforms, by the way. And then, after that, I think Gambit got captured next. And then after that, I want to say Psylocke got captured next. And then I want to say Banshee, but I can't remember if he was there. I'm pretty sure he was there. I have the comic downstairs somewhere because it's like issue 270 something. Anyway, whatever issue it is, they were all in that uniform with the exception of Wolverine didn't come in the pack, so I had to buy Wolverine separately. But anyway, they all were in there because Wolverine was the hardest one to catch. Then Storm got captured, and somehow or another, I think Psylocke's the one that got them free. I can't remember. I think it was Psylocke and Wolverine got them free. Because either way you see it, I think Psylocke was attacked in the shower, which is how she got away. And Wolverine was busy getting some chick from outer space with some wings. So, if you guys remember the cartoon, in the comments, and only in the comments, could you please let me know if you remember it the way I remember it? Because at the end of the cartoon in the 90s, I don't care what anybody says, unless I got stuck on the head one too many times as a kid, Xavier flew into outer space with Lilandra. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm not going to spoil the X-Men 97 trailer for you, but this is related to the X-Men 97 trailer. So go watch the X-Men 97 trailer, and then come back and watch this video. And then let me know in the comments if you remember the end of X-Men 97 the way I remember it. Because, you know, the Mandela effect is real, y'all. Y'all might not want to believe in that shit, but I believe the Mandela effect is real, just like I believe in deja vu. But anyway, in closing, the end of the cartoon, for me, Xavier went into outer space, alright? Never to return, because it was a whole big dramatic thing. Everybody was crying, somebody had his hand, and then Lilandra said, we have to go now, because time is running out, and the sooner we get him to the Shi'ar Empire, the sooner we can get him safe. So, if you guys remember that, in the comments, please put it there. If you don't remember that, cool, but then go watch the trailer, because I remember it. And when I saw the trailer, I was fucking dumbfounded. It's like, I don't remember the cartoon ending that way. And I put it that way so I don't spoil the trailer for you. Anyway, I'm Echo Fangreal. This is Comfort number 2. Be seeing.